Everyone, very good evening and welcome back once again to your favorite channel, that is StudyIQ IAS. I'm your educator Praveen Mishra, going to start today's another burning topic. As you can see the statement on your screens, is India preparing for 2.5 front war? Are we going to have a week after the Pahalgam attack? Yes, we have discussed it a lot. Majority of the people, they are of the opinion that yes, very soon, in a very sooner time, both the nations will have a full-fledged war. But it's about not just the war. It's about the conflagration. It's about the India's preparation, first of all. So here is a fact that we haven't discussed, or no one is bothering even to talk about this. That is 2.5 front war. So first and foremost, what is actually the 2.5 front war? Okay, so the term, okay, it refers to a military strategy or scenario in which a country is simultaneously preparing to fight two full-scale war on its border, along with a smaller scale conflict or threat internally. In the Indian context, this term is particularly significant in defense and strategic discussions. So when we talk about the 2.5 front war, from India's perspective, one front is the Eastern Front, that is fighting a war with China. Second front is the Western Front, that is Pakistan. And the third one, that is the point 5 one, is the internal conflict that we are facing. That is somewhere the issues of insurgency, somewhere the internal terrorist attacks, and as well as the issues of separatism that the nation is often facing. And the separatist leaders, those who have often, being one of the major setbacks into the social fabric of our country, disturbing the fraternity and harmony concept at its best. Then, here, when we talk about, in India's case, that is the first front being the China, that is from the northeastern borders. Second front being obviously a country with name Pak, but with all Napak activities on the western border. And yes, the insurgency in Kashmir or the northeast is the 0.51. Apart from that, the Maoist and the Naxal activities that is happening inside the country, as well as the domestic and cross-border sponsored terrorism, that is 2.5 front war. So the present context, what it is explaining us, India's strategic response post Pahalgam attack. So the diplomatic measures, suspension of the Indus Water Treaties. Remember, we have just suspended the treaty. We haven't ended or cancelled from our side. Okay, for the first time since its inception, that is 1960, India has for the first time ever got ahead or gone ahead with the suspension of the IWT, that is Indus Water Treaty, that is banning or decreasing the flow of the western flowing rivers of ICJ, that is Indus, Chenab and Jhelum. Okay. Apart from that, the very next activity that we have performed, that is downgrading the diplomatic ties, as in expulsion of Pakistani military advisors from the High Commission in New Delhi. As what we have seen recently, the High Commissioner tried to enter into the Ministry of External Affairs, but he was stopped by the guards outside the gate of the MEA, right? High Commissioner of Pakistan was asked by the Indian soldiers there guarding the Ministry of External Affairs that you are not entitled to enter inside the ministry's office. Neither of your so-called fellow Pakistani citizens are entitled to enter India, whether they are citizens or terrorists. Well, they both are same there. So here we have, okay, withdrawal of Indian counterparts from Islamabad and reduction of diplomatic staff strengthened, okay, initially from 55 now to 30 in both the high commissioners, right? So we have taken up the diplomatic actions as well. And now talking about the next one, that is the visa and travel restrictions. All the Pakistanis living inside India, they have been asked to leave India as early as possible. And one such news, what we have seen, a woman living inside the state of Odisha since last 37 years. She has been asked even to go back to her home state. It's not anymore allowed to stay in India. So cancellation of all existing visas issued to Pakistani nationals. Apart from that, suspension of SAARC visa exemption scheme for Pakistan and closure of the Attari-Wagah border as well. So presently, whosoever from the Pakistan were coming on visa to India, that has been cancelled. Apart from that, the SAARC visa, okay, providing visa relaxation with regard to the SARC, that is South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation, that has been disbanded as well. And apart from that, Atari Wagah border, it is now closed as well. Next, the military and security measures. Enhanced military preparedness. The Indian Air Force initiated what? Exercise Akraman, which has involved Rafale and Sukhoi 30 Mk1 fighter jets, right, to simulate offensive operations and ensure readiness for protection or the potential escalations, right? So, what is the name? Exercise Akraman. The name itself is the name Akraman. In Hindi, Akraman. In English, it is attack, right? And next one, my favorite one here. Indian Navy's tweet that has, disturbed the need or the sleep of Pakistani nationals as well as their army, government, and everyone, right? So, Indian Navy's tweet it is, okay, power in unity, presence with purpose. What they have given us the hashtag. Hashtag mission ready. Hashtag anytime, anywhere, anyhow. Last time Indian Navy indulged in a war was 1971 and it led to the creation of another country, that is Bangladesh. Well, what happens if the same happens this time? If Indian Navy is indulged in any sort of a war, right? No further action needed here. So as you can see this video, what Indian Navy has released. They have successfully test fired multi anti-ship missiles, right? So this is what Indian Navy has released the video officially on its Twitter, that is presently X handle, formerly Twitter, presently X handle, right? So this is just a message. Look at the video. Right. So this is just a message to the Indian adversaries. Hashtag mission ready. Hashtag anytime, anywhere, anyhow. A just tweet which has disturbed the whole Pakistani nation, from the government to the military to every department, right? And yes, obviously, the international support that we as a country of India have received, okay? We have received absolute support from Russia, Canada, England, France, Germany, America, okay? Whereas, on the contrary, Pakistan has received absolute support from the country of China. Whereas, okay, India has been given absolute support from the phone calls to the Raisina Hills, that is talking to the Indian Prime Minister, from Washington, D.C. to Kremlin, from Paris to, Stuttgart, every single location, from Germany to England to Australia to France, okay, including America, as well as, yes, Russia for sure was the very first country. Vladimir Putin was the very first leader, along with, followed by the American President Donald Trump, to call Mr. Prime Minister of India, that is Mr. Modi, and provide him the absolute support in any sort of conflagration against the not so good Pakistan, right? So the further of the things, Indian Navy successfully conducted what? The anti-ship missiles firing to demonstrate combat readiness. The DRDO makes headway in the hypersonic technology, and yes, finally what we have got, the Operation Akraman as well, right? So what is the concept? The DRDO's headway with the hypersonic missile. Just 2 days back, okay, along with the Glider missiles, we have also successfully tested the hypersonic missiles, that is 5x the speed of sound, right? This is what Indian DRDO, that is Defense Research Development Organization, has given to us. Speed of sound as in air, 343 meters per second, and 5x it is now, okay, that is nearly 1710 meters per second. A missile that has been successfully, yes, successfully tested by the Defense Research Development Organization. Okay, guys, so that's it from my side today, okay, and here you need to just subscribe to the StudyIQ IAS English channel. As you know, from morning 9 to night 10 p.m. the channel is providing you continuously the content of quality as well as quantity, right? So guys, please do go ahead and subscribe to the channel, don't forget. And apart from that, in case we need to connect, okay, so we have got 2 platforms to connect, over Instagram as well as Telegram. So you can search me on Instagram with the username Praveen Mishra _2107, and on Telegram you can search me with the channel name study_with_Praveen. Okay guys, so thank you so much for watching. See you soon. Bye bye. Good day. Take care. Jai Hind. Jai Bharat.